Hi, and welcome to another edition of our Efficiency in Business series in association with Dracia. I'm joined by Ross from Dracia, and as usual, we're running through questions and queries that we've had in from our customers. So, Ross, we've got one here where a young lady says she's just joined a company and they're chasing debt from an age debt report and using a ruler and highlighter to make notes and follow-ups. I can't believe it. What do you think about that one?
It's not the first time I've heard that actually. Yeah, we do have a ready-made solution. We've got a product called Credit Hound, and that is our advanced credit control software. It's designed ultimately to take what's a very admin-heavy process and sort of flip that on its head, and allow your customers to ultimately free up some time to speak to their customers and chase payment. But it does have a number of quite specific features to it. Task and diary management, all of your account level dynamic information with notes, of course, as well as dispute tracking. So rather than have the ruler and the highlighter, we can also configure the rules of said customer's chase cycle, so it can communicate automatically, whether that be a preemptive letter, a friendly reminder that payment is due, to chase after 7 days, to chase after 14, after 30, and maybe finally put a to-do list in your customer's diary to call them after 45 days potentially if they're still overdue. So yeah, there's a number of ways we can do so. I'll just share my screen very quickly so I can show you what Credit Hound looks like. This is essentially the dashboard for Credit Hound. It's got a number of pieces of information in there, almost snapshots of information that you would need on a daily basis, but everything you see in front of you can be reported on in much more detail. You mentioned your customer is currently using an age debt report, I think, and a ruler and a highlighter. Ultimately, we have an age debt report within Credit Hound where we can maneuver columns, add additional columns should we require. We can update statuses, delve into specific accounts, pull through any additional information we might need, such as salesperson, for example, if that's required. We can filter accordingly and essentially pick up the phone, make any notes we need to. But we can also run off our rules from the chase cycle. So for example, I've got a number of stages to my chase cycle here, from preemptive letter to chase after 15 days, to chase after 30 days, and then a telephone chase list. If I just go to my preemptive letter and run this one off, it's built on a number of criteria. It's pulled these accounts directly from Sage 200 and dropped them into my account list, where once I click OK, it's going to give me a preview of the letter it's going to communicate. Once I print that to Spindle using our other technology, Spindle document management in the background, and ultimately that will then communicate all of those. You can see the rule has been completed successfully. And if I just jump into my Outlook, you can see we've got a number of reminder letters that have been sent out. Dear Sam Rose, according to our details, there are invoices that are due to become payment. If I open up the attachment, we can see details my communication, details the invoice in question, any payment information, contact details you may wish to provide, but it's also gone and grabbed a copy of the invoices that it relates to. So we're sort of getting ahead of the curve on this one, rather than wait until a payment date and receive what I've been told is a typical response sometimes that you haven't had a copy of the invoice or it's been mislaid. Actually, we resent that to you a few days ago, and all of those necessary notes will now be date and time stamped in the account screen with an audit history here. So for each individual transaction, we have an audit history of automated letter 1, 2, follow-up letters, and so on and so forth. And that's as easy as that.
Thank you.